Back like a thumbtack, my friend. How's it going? Hast thou returned, young hunter? Still hasn't come back, so I'm going to tell you guys about the text I'm about to send. I have returned. I know it took a little bit, but I am once again here in the land of the living because truly, if other people aren't here to witness us, how can we prove we're alive? Real tree in the forest situation.
Watch the master painter at work.
What? It's interesting that the cats hold the power to online because like I'm sure that they would love that if they bothered to think, if cats could think at all. Like power. Yes, yes, power. Dang it. I hit my teeth with the can. That was fun.
Oh yeah, always.
Oh god. And it's weird. It actually kind of funny, like, try to join this before I talk anymore. But yeah, before the pandemic, I never really drank it that much, but like ever since it became a big worry and concern across the world, like I've been drinking Corona as like my beer of choice. Because I just find it funny. Yes, I know, insensitive, but like also funny. Which is like part of what makes humor fun sometimes. Doesn't always have to be safe. What food did you get, by the way, just because I'm curious?
Mexican. Which is
Nice.
ironic because we were just talking about Corona.
Oh,
Mexican beer.
yeah. Right,
Yeah,
they
no,
have
I
it
went
like
to
right at the bottom, HO in Mexico. Mexico, sorry. X's or H's, basically, in the language.
yeah, I went to the local Qdoba.
Ah,
I got
Qdoba's the best.
I got myself a burrito,
Mm-hmm.
and then
It's like as fat as your hand or like fatter. They really pack it up.
yeah, no, it's no joke. It's
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why. Shit, I can't even think of the name of the company. But across the country, it's more popular than Qdoba, but it's basically the same business.
Oh, kind of like how, Hardee's is Carl
Chipotle.
Jr.'s at
Chipotle.
different places. Oh, is that,
Yeah, it's just like a Subway. Build your own burrito. Qdoba does the same thing. But
yeah.
Chipotle is more popular across the country, I think.
Huh. I still
Yeah.
haven't been to Chipotle. I've wanted to, I just haven't yet.
I went to one in Baltimore because we were there for the aquarium. They've got an amazing aquarium in Baltimore.
This is funny because I just ate chicken strips. We're fighting big giant chicken. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do they have in that aquarium? Because I've always wanted to go to one. Like the hallways where it's an underwater glass wall and ceiling curving over, like not a like square cube wall and ceiling, but it curves over you and it's all made of glass and you can look like all underwater at all the different things everywhere that you are. And it's like, I want to go to
I'm
one
pretty
of
sure
those
they
aquariums.
do. It's been a long time since I was there, but I do know
Because,
they have like
yeah.
one of the biggest tanks. Just like aquarium tanks in the world, and they've got like literally a whale shark in it,
Ooh.
which is the largest fish in existence. So,
Wow.
Ready.
It's weird about that. Like, I know that whales are said to be some of the most gentle creatures, but like, I
These halls
still
of
have that
worship,
fear of
once
like,
so
say that
bustling,
you're out in the ocean and they want to
now
suck
home
in
to
some plankton and
monsters,
krill, and you're right
stalking,
there. Guess who's getting eaten? You are. Like, they don't
hunters
like,
beware,
you know, eat
not
humans
waits
purposely,
but
but like
despair.
the idea of being up against like a
Here we
skyscraper
go!
huge size of monster. That's like a monster hunter monster going up against
Indeed.
a whale. Yeah.
As we're playing Monster
Um,
Hunter. Uh,
yeah. Yeah, and then I just take all this
actually,
extra stuff so I can sell it. Yeah.
most of the very large whales in the world,
Yoink!
their
Yeah.
throats are too small to possibly swallow a human.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. They've
Huh.
got that baleen in place of teeth, which is basically just
Go!
very coarse hair, like a hedgehog would have.
Oh,
Uh,
like yeah, we were
so they
talking
just take
about
a huge mouthful of fish,
yeah.
and then they just sort of like squeeze out the water,
Hmm.
and then lick the fish and krill off the back of their teeth, which is baleen, which is, like I said, like more like hair than it is like teeth.
Yeah,
It's
which is making me think of Celia. You remember how we were talking about biology not that long ago? Like, I don't remember what creatures do it or if it's just like a microscopic kind of thing, but like
Let's
Celia
see.
moves things along and it's kind of like hair or like you know those koosh ball things with like the tentacles on them, kind of like that.
oh yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
they move along like that. I guess I could have described like sea urchins, but like I wanted to actually talk about those things because I loved the smooth texture of them, like just the
Oh,
consistency.
I
Like,
loved koosh balls when I was a kid.
they were amazing.
I haven't seen one in so long.
Oh yeah.
Well, I found
Yoink!
a monster. It's not the one we're looking for, so I just ran past.
Oh. Um. Yeah, it
It
looks
was
like
that.
Kulu's in the waterfall area on the west side.
Yeah, I've never been to this area. Remember, all the 3 quests we've done have been just in the winter area.
Yeah. Not only have not only have you never
Yoink!
played this game, you've never seen me before. Who are you? Get out of my house.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a Kulu.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can't wait until like because when I played World and Iceborne just like by myself way long ago, I didn't used to get the super huge monsters, but now it's like now that we've been playing World together, it's like
Oh, are they gonna
huge
fight?
huge monsters all the time. And I wonder when I'm gonna get to that point in Rise. Sorry, I'm just I'm not moving right now because I'm turning my headset dial down because it's like it's not gonna be super loud on the video, but it's just screeching in my ears. I can't stand it. I did it too late. I was literally hitting them as they were staggered. Okay, fine. Trying to remember which bird we're actually fighting. Like
The featherless one.
yeah, the chicken with a mohawk. Basically,
Most
like it's
chickens
the
do have
80s all over again.
Out!
Oh, God.
I have a lot of chickens.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy just hit me
Be
with a rock.
careful!
Just turning my headset down again. Like, I don't know if... Oh, that's right. That is exactly what happened.
Incoming!
Because, I was thinking that like I didn't save, but it auto saves. So like my volume should be what I set it at, but whatever, it's fine. Sorry, just like a little bit of dead air. And back to the task at hand. So like if you were a Monster Hunter monster, both which one would you want to be, and which one do you know you actually are?
Well, I would want to be Nargacuga.
Yeah, that boy's
no
pretty cool.
nonsense.
That's not surprising. Yeah. Yeah.
Which one I actually am?
Yeah.
Gosh. I know I'm lazy by nature. I'm sort of a middle manager type of guy.
Yeah.
Right? So, who would I be? Lazy off.
Yeah. You said that was one of those fish one, right? Like I
Yeah.
haven't seen
No,
it yet,
I hate
but like
finding it,
yeah.
but you almost can never find it, and the only way you can get it out of the water is with sonic bombs. And that's what I am in real life. It's just like, no, I don't want to be bothered.
Yeah. But like you know, you're because like at least sonic bombs would affect Plesioth and get it out of its habitat, out of its home, its bed. But like if I try to call you when I want to hang out and you're just like sleeping for 18 hours, there is nothing on Earth that will wake you up. Like even a meteor strike, probably. You'd roll over and be like, "Oh, what's that?"
Get back here!
Yeah, you're not wrong. But I'm gonna need a ration.
And it's like, okay, that's cool, that's fine. I'll just like play Monster Hunter. Like, my mom has been doing puzzles again, and when she does puzzles, she always wants me to do them with her, and it's like I hate it and I kind of enjoy it at the same time. It really kind of depends. Actually, like me complaining about puzzles is probably my favorite part of it because like she'll be like, okay, like where is this piece, or where does this piece go, and I'm just like, you ate it. I like
It's targeting you!
or I'll just be like
What's the monster?
I'll just be like singing different songs,
After
like
it!
the only one that I can think of right now that I would sing just to like keep myself distracted and push my conscious thought to the subconscious thought so I can work on it while I'm singing. Ooh, child, things are gonna be easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter.
Yeah.
Or don't worry, be happy is another one when I'm getting like really frustrated, when I've been
Yoink.
working on the puzzle for 7 hours and she just won't let me go. Landlord say you're
sent
going to be
away.
late. Might
Oh,
have
the
to
creature.
litigate.
You know what that always makes me think of is that episode of Futurama with the bees.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I'm glad that they came back to that actually, like, because in the first episode, in the pilot episode, they're like, okay, have your job chips implanted in your hand, the contents of Killer Bee's stomach. And then it's like season 7 or whatever, where they get back into the bees and they actually do it. And like, okay, so did Fry actually die and get reconstituted from bee vomit? Or like, was that all a dream?
No, that was
Because
her dream.
okay. Speaking
Fry
of
did
like,
die in a different circumstance and was sort of cloned.
but
Hermes was
isn't
also,
that like the
rebuilt from
Lars
because-
thing, or is that something else that you're talking about with when Fry died? Was that the Lars moment,
No,
or
no,
was that
not the
something
Lars
else?
thing.
Okay.
It was after, because that's the first movie. And then in the fourth movie, they all crash into the ground. And
Oh, is that when
everybody
they're all
dies except the
skeletons?
professor. Yes.
Oh,
and then
okay.
he regenerates them from stem cells.
Yeah, and
But for a while in that episode, he's a robot. And
oh
then
yeah,
at the end of
and
the
then she
episode, it
has to learn to
resolves
let him
into-
go, but then yeah, they actually
Yeah,
reconstitute him in the end.
The robot Leela and the robot Fry just end up hooking up, and
Yeah.
they reconstitute
Yeah,
living Fry and living Leela.
yeah, yeah. Because what is it like? She kisses him and gets electrocuted,
Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah.
I can't really remember.
Um,
Ooh, I need to sharpen.
and even though I have watched Futurama all the way through 6-7 times, and I know that there is a good ending to it, I still cannot watch the end of the episode where Seymour is waiting for Fry,
Oh yeah,
and you don't know if he's gonna come back or not. And it's like, I know
It's called
exactly.
Jurassic Bark.
Yeah, I know exactly what happens, but yet I will still cry every single time. Like you were talking about how you cry at the end of Coco. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, every single time. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Just like
Seen it 100 times.
I won't anymore because it's been on TV a whole bunch of times and I've kind of become desensitized to it by now, but I used to cry at the end of Titanic all the time. But now I'm definitely more on the side of like, he could have fit on the door.
Yeah.
Like, and I think they even pull attention to that when they did it on Family Guy, like he could definitely fit on the door, so I know I'm not the only person that thinks that.
I think this guy's just about dead.
Yeah, you'd think so, but like I think they have,
Get back
what is
here!
it, somewhere between a third and a half more health on the multiplayer version of things versus the solo one. Like, I don't really know, I'm just kind of going off of my own judgment on, like, how long it takes me to kill a creature single player versus on this version of it.
All I know is when I run off a Palamute and then jump and then start the charge,
Yeah.
I'm already going super fast speed, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Burning Lancer.
Right.
Oh, did you drop your jar, little baby? Oh.
Yeah. I'm glad that it picks up jars rather than rocks in this one, because you can actually break the jar. It's like, everything in World is just trying to kill them or capture them before they get to the rock part. You always try to get behind them, but they'll, like, just spin around.
Well, he just picked up a rock right now. So
Oh.
it's not always jars, but sometimes.
Yeah.
And the rocks
Yeah.
are, like, you'll bounce off of them with your weapon.
Yeah. It's quite the jarring experience. I needed to do it.
No, it was a good joke.
Yeah. I hope that when they finally release the like that DLC that
Ouch.
says where the water icon went for Final Fantasy 16, that it's a good enough payoff.
Oh yeah, Lost Leviathan.
Yeah. It's weird about that because, like, I base what Final Fantasy should be off of 9, 10, and 12, where it's, like, normal, but then it gets really into the fantasy stuff, like, everything changes, basically. But now that, like, 16 feels weird because it's fully a consistent story where it, like, starts with the magic stuff right away, and it's like, I don't know why that's boring to me. I think it's just because I'm used to, like, what the hell is going on, like when Tidus gets sucked up into the hurricane and Xanarkand is gone.
I was sharpening, but the monster's like right on my. Oh, nice. And watch him dig into the earth again. Man.
Right. Like, he should definitely be good. He should be dead by now. Like, I just want to fry this chicken.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I kind of wish that we
scales,
had,
but
like, a
seems
Greek
kosher.
fire weapon, you know? Like, where we could just, like,
Put him on fire forever.
yeah, just have, like, a fire cannon that we set up or whatever. Like, maybe it's not even a weapon, but, like, it's kind of like how you set up a mortar. But then you just, like, toast the chicken. Alright,
Oh,
it's starting to
is this
live
what's
finally. Ah, nice, I got just the very tip of its tail. And then it's, turning around like, hey, what's going on? Well, you know what?
It's okay.
This
I'm
is
hitting it.
going on.
Hit.
Oh, well, now
Oh,
he's
and then he
charging.
outpaced me.
Go!
Well, decide what you're doing, limping or charging. Dang it.
Yoink!
So, like, why exactly is 42 supposed to be the meaning of life? It's like they said it,
Oh, he picked
but they
it
didn't
right.
really explain it. Huh?
Oh, he picked it randomly. Douglas Adams was a genius author. You didn't read the first book. Did you read any of the other four?
No.
Because God writes an apology to humanity and all life in one of the books. And it just says, we apologize for all the inconvenience.
That sounds like their humor, yeah.
Yeah, it's written across a whole planet. Like,
But no, if I
fire
haven't read the
50
first of a
miles
series, if I haven't read the first of a series, I wouldn't read any consecutive books because, like, if I don't go in order, it really does bother me. Like, there are books like Dragonlance where they have, like, different branches of things, and it's like, I'm not, like, if I get into it, I'm probably not going to start from the very first book, but just, like, pick up one of the branches and go. Like, those kinds of plug and play kind of series, like, I can do out of order, but, like, you know, for most things, it's like, I want to know things in the way that it's supposed to be.
Maybe I can loot these two things.
Here we go.
Oh, just raw meat.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah. I don't even remember the order of the books. I know it's The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and then probably The Restaurant at the End of the Universe.
That sounds fun. And also kind of like
I've been
Doctor
there.
Who in two different parts because Doctor Who has been, well, like, I've only seen the modern one, not the classic one, so, like, I'm not going off of that. But I know that in the modern one, he's been to the very end of the universe, like, right before every single thing, the last thing, dies, 2 times, and then there was, like, that restaurant that was the other TARDIS that they had stolen, of course, because like keeping with the theme, they had to steal another TARDIS at some point, and they had disguised it as a restaurant because the disguise thing actually isn't broken in that one. And it's just kind of sitting outside of time in this white room space.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does sound like kind of like that. But I
Have
remember
you?
once I did
Yeah.
a large amount of illicit materials, hallucinogenics, so to speak.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember sitting in my garage, just with some friends, like in lawn chairs,
Yeah.
and like a giant ripped off the ceiling. This didn't happen, obviously. Ripped off the ceiling of the garage, and I look up, and it's like one of those sci-fi paintings where there's tons of planets and moons real close. And I look over to my friend, and she's wearing a belt, and the belt's got like lots of pictures on it.
Huh.
And I get sucked into one of the pictures. Right. This is a weird. I was
That's
obviously
cool.
Tripping really hard.
Yeah, man. I
and
love
then-
those kinds of stories because it just like it makes reality fun. Like it is the reality around you, but the way that you experience it is just like twisted and interesting, and it could become its own book or at least a chapter, you know? But
Yeah.
yeah, you get sucked
Uh,
into a picture like Mario 64 and
And then I fall out of it and I get sucked into the next picture. And that happens 2 or 3 times. But then I end up at this
Yeah.
diner with this other friend that was just hanging out with us, just sitting in one of these lawn chairs. And she's just like this 50s diner waitress, but it's that diner, the restaurant at the end of the universe. I know it because I had just read that book at the time.
nice.
I'm just like, I really went there. The restaurant at the end of the universe.
I have seen time and it has seen me, and every when was great and it was good.
Did you ever see that? Did you ever see The Good Place?
I saw the first couple seasons of it, and then I always
Oh,
told myself
but
that
did
I
you see
was
that
gonna get
clip?
back into it, and I never did.
Did you see that clip where he's just like, yeah, the time knife? We've all seen it.
Wait, it came from there? Wow.
Yeah,
'Cause-
he's just like, I saw all realities. I can't remember the exact quote, but he's just like, I saw all realities and everything, all folding like thin sheets of metal into one sharp blade. And then the other guy's just like, yeah, the time knife. We've all seen it.
Yeah, that I've seen screen caps of that. Yeah. And there's this comic out there. I think it's just called Swords, and they made
Oh,
a
I've
reference
seen
to
that
that.
one,
Yeah. Wow, the time knife. Wow, this'll solve everything. Wow, the time knife. This'll solve everything. And then they keep grabbing it over and over to the end of eternity.
Oh,
Yeah.
I already posted the quest.
Yeah, and I ate, and I have to ready up. That's why we're not in the quest yet.
Are we recording?
Yeah, I was. I was
Oh,
still.
okay.
Yeah,
Then we're just gonna go.
we're.
Let's go!
Yeah, it's at 27 minutes. So if we do this quick enough, we can have the whole quest in this one too. Like usually for Monster Hunter, I will do.
I'm not scared of poison, but
yeah.
I'm going to take the antidotes because
Yeah,
I am scared
because
of
free
poison.
stuff. Yeah. Oh, I can't pick them up because my item pouch is full. So I will be with you momentarily.
That's your fault.
Yeah, I know.
All right. What do I
At
even
least
hunt?
I can just quick
Something
do
called a Roddy,
loadout stuff.
Like starts with W.
Hmm.
Great
Oh
Roddy.
yeah, that's the thing that I was talking to you about. I don't know how
The-
many
the
videos
frog
ago
one?
now. The frog raptor thing. Yeah. The rapping frog. You know, if there was a frog
ain't scared
that
of shit.
rapped, like, how many times do you think it would croak and rip it? Like, do you think they would have like a verbal tick when they're trying to rap a frog? I don't know. Yeah,
But I don't think it would just go boots and cats and boots and cats.
Yoink.
but
I think it
that's
would
more
have
like
its
EDM.
own
It's
rhythm.
yeah. Yeah, ever since I learned that pretty much all EDM beats are like that, it's like
Oh,
I
I like these turkey-looking birds.
yeah, it's like I lost interest in beatboxing, but then I gained it back. It wanes, it waxes and wanes like the moon.
Man, I've been watching The Dragon Prince, because rewatched Avatar: The Last Airbender, then I rewatched Legend of Korra, and then
Yeah,
the same makers make The Dragon Prince, even though it's largely
yeah,
CGI and kind of different, but it's still very good. I love this part where Sokka, it's not Sokka, I think his name is Callum in the show, uh,
nice.
Yoink.
learns how to actually do magic because he's human, right? And all the elves and like magic creatures, they're just born under an arcanum where they can just do magic. They just understand it, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
kind of
and
like the difference between sorcerers and wizards in D&D.
yes, exactly.
Yeah,
All right.
where it's like,
Wizards
hey,
require an
my mom
incredible
just
amount
like
of
fucked a
study.
dragon or whatever, so I have magic and I can shoot lightning out of my ass. Hey, you want to see a magic trick?
Yeah, whereas wizards are just like,
I
dude,
had
I
to read
studied
for 20
5
years.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah, before I could even like make a spark.
yeah. Like, I
Uh,
can barely light my stove. What's going on here with you? And they're like, I just have dragon breath.
yeah, sorry, I was just born that.
I
Baby,
was
I was
just born
born
that
this
way. Yeah. Yeah, I woke
Uh,
up on the right side of the bed, unlike you.
Yoink.
But yeah,
yeah,
anyways, so
but at
like
one
humans
point
have
that.
to learn magic. Yeah. Back to the
Yeah,
point at
well,
hand.
yeah, he's got like at the beginning of the show, he's got. Is that the guy? Oh,
I
it is.
think so. It looks like an Izuki because it's like colored that way, but the
Yeah, it's the
Izuki
same
has a barbed
color, but
tail. Yeah.
and
But
this
they
guy
have
doesn't
that
have a
like
barbed
frog
tail, but
throat.
he's got
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, so Callum at the beginning of the show, he's got something called a primal stone that just like lets him access one of the 6 primals of magic, right?
Cool.
Which are the 6
Shadow,
primals
light,
are.
fire, earth, wind, water, or something like that. Yeah.
You're close. It's the sun, the moon, the stars,
Oh,
the
wow.
land, the ocean, and the sky. And he's got
That's
a
pretty
sky
cool,
primal
actually. I
stone.
like that.
Yeah, right. And the moon's all about illusions, although I haven't seen the whole show, so I'm not really going to get into that. But he's got a primal stone that lets, as long as he's holding it, he can just cast sky magic all day, right?
Oh, nice.
But he has to break it for plot reasons, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
and he
because that's
spends
OP to just
nearly
be able
a
to.
whole
Yeah.
season trying to get back to where he was. He's just like, all I've ever wanted to be is a mage, and I was finally able to do it. And then I broke this primal stone because
Yeah.
he had to. But
Well,
and then he talks to some
he's
elves
like,
because
I'm
some of the
able to do
elves-
it, but like he was cheating. He had a stone. Like that's not doing it. It's like using a tool to do it.
Exactly, yeah. And so he feels like he's cheating himself. Feels like,
Oh, yeah.
all kinds of things.
Yeah. So like, is
And
this
then-
right? Is this not right? But like, I'll do it anyway because I have it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, other humans that cast magic, they do it by killing magical creatures and just like squeezing the essence out of them, and then
Oh,
casting magic
huh.
that way, right? Like,
Do they have to
you know.
drink it, or do they like do they have to drink that sky lizard sweat or whatever, for example, or like?
they don't have to drink it. It's more like, here's a magic cricket for small spells, and then but you do have to kill a creature to do the thing, right?
Huh.
So they just crush it, and it's just like, oh, I can track somebody if they have their hair, right? And they've got all kinds
cool.
of spells, but like they all require the life essence of a creature that's just born magic. So eventually, the main character, Callum, talks to an elf who's born under the Moon Arcanum, and she's just like, I don't know how to describe it to you. It's just like, do you know the difference between appearance and reality? And he's just like, I think so. And then she tries to explain it to him. It's just like, no, you don't. Because,
I love that. Like, no, actually, nah.
there is very little difference between appearance and reality. As a matter of fact, if you think it's real, then it might as well be real, right? Like, and she
Yeah, I
explains
like that way of
these things-
thinking. Yeah, all right.
yeah, these things to him, and it's just like, I don't get it. And then at some point, he really, really tries to understand the Sky
Yeah.
Arcanum.
Like, we
Uh,
see the ground, so we're able to step on the ground. But what if we just decided that the ground wasn't there and we step through it? Like, they think of magic in that way, kind of maybe. Like, they have a more well-tuned understanding of the world, I guess. The
Yeah,
elves.
well, that's just the
Ah.
elf that understood the Moon Arcanum. Not all elves understand every Arcanum,
Yeah.
right? So he finally, like, he goes into a coma and has a nightmare, and it's like 2 episodes long.
Cool.
But he wakes up and he understands the Sky Arcanum. He's just like, I used to have this primal stone that had like the sky encapsulated inside it, right? And I could cast magic on that, but I don't have
Which
that
is
anymore.
funny, because, like, have you
then-
tried to capture a cloud? Can't be done.
But now I realize that the entire world is a primal stone, and we are inside it.
Yeah.
And I spend all this time trying to think that I had to grow my own wings, but I am the wing. Like,
Wow.
I
So
can
can he,
control
like-
the air around me.
So
It's
can he
in
throw
every
himself like a
breath
boomerang
that
now?
I take.
I
Yeah,
am the wing.
like-
I am one wing. My whole body is one wing, so I can throw myself like a boomerang.
No, not
That'd be
quite like
funny.
that, but
That would be funny, though. Like, like, wind, take me. Wind beneath my wing, that is me.
yeah, I just hit that creature for probably like 200 damage.
Yeah.
It is still running.
Oh, I forgot to do it when we were fighting Kulu. My brain really wasn't working when we were doing that one, but like, look at all these chickens. I even I should have sent it to you. It's probably because like I save a lot of the pictures that I see on Facebook, so it's probably 200 down by now, and I only saw it 2 days ago. But like one of the D&D Facebook pages that I follow were like Arakokras, look at all these chickens, but it was like they all looked like that 80s puppetry kind of way, like Dark Crystal kind of sense, where they didn't look good, they looked kind of grotesque in nature. Like, how could you ever think that this
Skeksis, I
looks
think they were
good?
called.
Yeah, right. I
Nice
still haven't seen it, but like I've seen like maybe
I saw
2
it when I was a
seconds of it.
kid,
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm 33. Like, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Incoming!
I was a kid when the moon and the sun were young. I am now an old man, older than the wall, taller than the trees.
I don't know what you're referencing.
Just myself. I have my own mind, sir. But yeah, I do a lot of references. Ah, no. It's like I tried to get away from the poison cloud, but then they sideswiped me and pushed me into it. That was kind of clever of them, if I do say so. Yeah, it's like a hip check. You know, I kind of wonder, like,
Here we go.
like the ratio of that in the world. You know, when you close your car door, but like it's not all the way closed. How many people in the world unlock it again, open it, and then close it, versus like just hip checking it the rest of the way closed? Because that's what I do.
Be careful!
So, why Unlucky Soul? Where does that come from?
Toward the target!
I just made it up. Because I used to play, like, those old dot hack games where they weren't actually online, but they pretended to be online, because that's what the anime was like.
Oh, yeah.
And people would just name themselves stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, like edgy stuff, like edgy middle schooler stuff.
Exactly.
So it's since then.
And then,
Yeah, just like, and people have seen my tag on PlayStation before in my videos, so I can say it. My, Solus 94. I made that when I was 13. Because, like, you know, I'm all depressed all the time and I don't feel anything and I'm just soulless. And then 94 is when I was born. And my mother's maiden name is... No. God, I saw one of those memes on Facebook today where it's like, you know, one of those like anime girl like, pretty please give me your credit card number, you can trust me, and I was like, every single time, I'm like, oh, that's cool, okay, sure then, that number is 5, and then that's it. The number is 5, the number is 5, and then I just like post a comment.
hey, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and then now we'll go after the actual thing. I used Kulu as a tool, and then I threw it away like a used napkin. I am done with it.
Yeah, and it's so cool that you can just fucking sharpen on your Palamute.
Just you
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah, like,
Boom!
if I want to eat something, if I
Like,
want to drink
full-on
something,
charge.
if I want to, like, write a book or, like, watch TV on the back of my dog, I can. Yeah. So, yeah, like I was saying earlier, I was reviewing my first video to remember what I've talked about and what I haven't talked about. And, like, I need to say it again about, I hope that they have underwater combat in Wilds, because I think they only did it in 3, as far as I was told.
In
And
3 for the Wii it was pretty cool. But actually, I felt like you had better movement underwater for some weapons than you had above water. Like,
so, did you, you played that one? 3?
yeah, I played
Because...
it. I didn't own the Wii, but my neighbor did.
Oh, nice. Because I was gonna ask, because when I played Zelda Twilight Princess on the Wii, I thought that it was really great because, like, you could move the Wiimote around and you actually swung your sword in those directions. It was awesome. Could you have that in Monster Hunter 3, or was it, like, not...
No,
like, did it not
it's
have
pretty
those
much
capabilities?
Like, shake up and down to do a thing. Otherwise, everything else was buttons.
What, like, you know how in Mario it's like shake the controller to open your parachute cap, and it's like it never wants to work, especially on the on the sad dog.
It was like that. It was mostly you should just be using the buttons. Whereas Skyward Sword, since you just mentioned Zelda,
Let's see.
you mentioned Twilight Princess, but Skyward Sword you could actually like, and it was a big part of the game, was aiming your sword from the right direction and then swinging it down. Although
Nice.
the hardware sometimes couldn't keep up, because I remember there was a puzzle where there's just an eyeball, and it looks at the tip of your sword anytime your sword's out. And all you
Yeah.
have to do is move the sword in a circle. But sometimes if you just try to do it too slowly,
Oh
the
yeah, it doesn't
IR
like to track. Yeah.
yeah, it would just track it wrong. So I ended up backtracking through the whole dungeon, even though all you have to do is move your sword in a circle, which is what I thought I had to do in the first place, right?
Yeah. And then
And
it's like,
then
why is the eye
backtrack through the
jerking around? And it's
whole
like, well,
dungeon,
yeah.
come all the way back,
Back to the village.
Google it, and I don't like to Google the answers to puzzles in games, but you know, sometimes
Yeah.
it's just what you gotta do. And it's just like, yeah, all you have to do is move your sword around in a circle, and I'm like, that was my first guess.
Right.
And so I do it carefully. It still takes me a couple of tries. And then, yeah, it opens the door. And you know, the real bitch of it is, like I said, I backtracked through the whole dungeon and back again to this door. Is once you get to this door, there's a shortcut back to the entrance of the dungeon. And then there's another door that just goes to the boss. So I'm just like,
Wow.
holy
Wow.
crap, dude. I just wasted probably 2 hours of my life. Like,
Oh my god. Yeah.
but like I said, that's the hardware's fault. The designers, they designed a puzzle that should have worked, and you know, it did to an extent. But yeah, I'm going to have a cigarette. And
All right.
then-
That's good because like I need to stop this recording and start a new one anyway. So.
Yup, yup.
Yep.
BRB.